What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd, and I'm back with some more Age Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the right side of the map in the blue color, playing as Hades. His name is Player. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Oranos. His name is Mariano. The map looks to be Blue Lagoon. Yes, Blue Lagoon is the map. This is week 5 of the group stages of the Voobly Champions League. Lots of good games this week so far. Lots more to come at you. Mariano here, very much vying to see if he can get as far as he possibly can in this tournament, because he was the winner of Season 1 in the Challengers League. So we got that free pass into the Champions League for Season 2, or the following season you get a free pass if you win. So he's vying to prove that he is worth that promotion and attempting to make his way into the playoffs instead of the relegations. Oops, apparently I don't have I've spoiled what the next game is going to be. Oh no. Mariano. No spoilers. Anyways, thank you, Bakaso Babakas. Appreciate it. So, fixed it. Good. Anyways, so Mariano on his way. We'll see what he's going to be able to pull here against Player. Player being obviously one of those guys who's been around in the community forever. He is a Greek expert, an expert of the Greeks. So he's going to be working his magic in this game. Hades against Oranos. Difficult matchup for the Hades player because he doesn't have access to those centaur that Zeus has. Similarly to Poseidon doesn't have access to those centaur. So Zeus normally has some very, very good responses to Oranos. Generally speaking, the Zeus versus Oranos matchup is more about mechanics than anything else. The decision making and stuff is there as well, but if your mechanics are better than your opponents, you're going to get a lot of value out of those centaur, and you're going to be able to get some wins that way. But with the Hades versus Oranos matchup, the matchup is more about simply just staying alive. If you can stay alive for long enough, you might be able to win the game. If you can survive the Tartarian Gate push. I think that the best bet for Oranos is actually to rush Titan in some way, shape, or form in this matchup. So essentially, the ideas that were proposed back in 2006, 2005 by none other than XPT Cyclone. Got story time here. Mr. Cyclone himself, he would do an Oranos strategy, which is effectively just mass Terma, and then you think he got the Titan out around, it's mass Terma, 3 town centers, and he got the Titan out at around 15 minutes, or the Titan Gate down at about 15 minutes. So incredibly quick. That means that he was in the Mythic Age by about 13 minutes. Full population, 3 town centers. You do the math. I can't, so you do it. Very, very strong. But what obviously has happened since then is the nerf to Titan Age. It's slowed down a little bit on Voobly. But also players have worked out how to deal with those Terma a little bit better. So it's not possible to go pure Terma. But I don't think that a 17-minute, so slightly delayed, because you're going Murmillo, it's going to be slightly delayed. That's 2 minutes extra. 17-minute aim for that Titan Gate to be down is going to be able to be stopped by the Hades player in this matchup. So essentially what I think should happen here is Hesperid's Tree, Titan Gate, Hesperid's Tree. Blocks the Earthquake on the town center, blocks it on the Titan Gate, all the good stuff. So we'll see what's going to happen here from Mariano. Player, on the other hand, we'll see. I mean, I imagine he's going to grab this second town center here. He's got a very safe elephant behind this town center. And I think there's just an elephant, but it's very, very safe. So this town center will give him 750 food, and he'll be feeling very, very happy with it. Let's check out this. We've got the Athena just about to come through. Pickaxe coming through from Mariano. No surprises here. Counter barracks, military barracks, house over onto the zebra to protect his 2 villagers, but there's only 2 zebra here. I'm not sure if he knew that when he headed over there, but this is definitely the location to go, because then you could also drop the mana on the gold mine as well for later. Anyways, players hit the next age. He's drawn up a military academy and is stable, so no real surprises there. He's got Athena, so he's got restoration. So that army is going to be very, very strong. We do see that the Prometheans coming in here. And one of the big problems with the Minotaur is if he can't use his special ability, he doesn't do any damage to these Prometheans. But no micro there from Mariano, and player gets away with it. Nice defense. So, villagers now moving forward for Mariano, who's going to be able to raid a ton. He should be able to push off the hunt here at this stage of the game. We do have Chiron out, though. Chiron, Ajax, and the Minotaur plus some hoplites should be enough to hold on here. Hold on to this hunt at least early for until the army starts getting a little bit massive. What I really would prefer to see Oranos players start doing, especially in like the Greek matchup, I'll say in the China matchup as well, it's relevant, but definitely in the Greek matchup, is to only cast Valor on your Murmillos. Don't cast Valor on the Termits, because these Termits don't get that extra bonus with the extra damage that they get. You can see the difference in damage is an extra 0.4, so an extra 10% damage. So they're not getting that bonus on really anything because there's no archers to target down. Yes, they can kill the Minotaur a little bit easier, but with all of the hero Murmillos and you'd be able to take it down anyways. But he is pushing in. We got the one hoplite getting sniped there. No units falling just yet by Mariano, chasing the Minotaur back into the base. There is a Sentinel here to help out, but 5.2 speed is going to be tough. If the Minotaur just turns around, he could have probably killed that one there, but with the help of the Sentinel, but doesn't do that. And Mariano is going to be pushing back in yet again, taking this fight. This fight is actually not so bad for player, but he's not getting those Hippocon onto the Terminal. He finally does do that one there, and the Chiron needs to be targeting down these Murmillo instead of the Terma and then you win this fight fairly easily. And it's looking as if Mariano is microing it very, very nicely. The Minotaur does fall. A couple of very low HP Hippocon villagers are going to be pulled back. Player deciding to return back to his home base. He does have the pigs here, so he doesn't have husbandry yet though. So he should move over onto the berries first, but there's the husbandry, so he can just jump onto it anyways. It's going to be fine. So he jumps onto the berries, going to be getting that, and we can see the population difference here, 48 of 65 to 66 of 95. So now, once you've pushed your opponent into their base, this is when you cancel building units. Mariano, really smart. Cancel building units, and you got two options. One, get 3 town centers, or 2, go straight to the heroic age. Just depends on what your strategy is. You go straight to the heroic age, go for quality units over quantity units, going Hyperion, and you should be able to get a gold star if you play it well. You do have to obviously be aware that there's going to be a restoration you have to deal with, but Hyperion plus the Satyr, very difficult for a classical age Greek player who's spamming out these units to deal with. And we are seeing the player is deciding to get out some Toxotes now. But we'll see. Still not... Oh, he's building Murmillo again. I much prefer to see the immediate third town center here, but we are seeing some raids coming over onto this location. The Murmillo going to be able to defend it. And Mariano not really anywhere on the map with his army, so he's going to have a little bit of issues defending this one over here. Two Murmillo against the 2 Hippocons and the Chiron. Ooh, and he gets the Valor down, so he's going to be immediately targeting this one down. This villager didn't actually get heroized. Over here was the villager that got heroized, not the one I think that Mariano wanted. So he's going to be bringing that one over to help get the town center up. The army for Mariano is coming back to help defend, and now player is marching through the map with his hoplites, his Toxotes, and he's going to be hitting an incredibly strong timing push here with the restoration. He's going to hit off of this elephant. The elephant does finish here for Mariano. Mariano going to instantly garrison into that mana before losing that one, and now has to come over onto this location and take this fight here. He does have the Terma to deal with those Toxotes. It's a very dangerous position for player to be in. Restoration doesn't really help with the Toxotes because if the Terma target them down, they should be able to one-hit them before the healing really comes into help. What a shockwave, literally hitting every single one of those units there. There's an immediate snipe of a Toxote in the back, but the Terma are right on top of those hoplites, and the hoplites are going to town on those termite. And there's restoration. Absolutely huge god power going to be able to help player win this fight. You can see the population now going into players' advantage here. Moving in, taking down these terminals. We've got some more units coming in for player as well. The Chiron coming through, going to start sniping down those Prometheans. This is such a strong Classical Age hero in order to deal with those Prometheans. It's something that you probably shouldn't be building against the Chiron until the Chiron's dealt with at the very least. But player still pushing in, and now Mariano jumping onto this gold mine over here as well to keep his units doing something, and it's looking as if Mariano will be able to hold on in this location for the time being. Another Promethean coming out and instantly getting sniped there by a player. Just incredibly good micro from him, and now we're seeing that Mariano starting to come back in on the advantage there in the population. His second town center is up, and he's producing villagers like a madman. Player, on the other hand, lots of food in the bank, no second town center. Oracle has spotted the second gold mining operation. The villagers getting targeted down by these Toxotes. Mariano not dealing with it. He needs to garrison. There he goes with the garrison. Still trying to push through with this, but only producing from 2 military buildings is probably not enough here, as player is continuously streaming units in. Nice micro yet again by Mariano to dodge those arrows, keeping his citizen alive. And Mariano is in a lot of trouble here, even though he's got his 2 town centers. His gold mines are going to be a very, very big issue, and this game has kind of been turned on its head here. Now Mariano coming back over. We see the citizen going to attempt to make a break for it, and he should be able to get all of these out, and he does sneak those away with 3.8 speed, 3.25 speed. Very kind of tough to chase them down. They're just going to be making their way back into the home situation, the home base here. Big problems for Mariano are afoot though. He's about to run out of food, 800 food left, and about to run out of gold. So he needs to build farms, and he needs to get a secured gold mine. What I would love to see from Mariano here is send villagers to this gold mine. Kill those hyena, send villagers to this gold mine. We see the hoplite coming over to spot that gold there, and player knows exactly what he needs to do. The other option here, potentially, for Mariano, is to just come back to this gold mine, but obviously he doesn't know where the army is, and the villagers are making their way over onto this location. You're going to be jumping onto that gold spot there, and the farms are up. Has he got plow? He does have plow, so he's in a decent position. Player's going to be running out of food fairly shortly as well. You can see he's returned back to the elephant for the time being, but he's going to be running out of food, so he will have to do a farm transition. All of the villagers currently jumping onto this gold mine to try and get as much of that as possible. We are seeing the termite trying to chase down those Toxotes here, but that's such good micro. You have to target multiple separate Toxotes with the termite if you want to be winning this here, and we're seeing this army from player absolutely decimating, or seemingly decimating, the Mariano army, but maybe it's going to be okay for him. We'll see. He's got a lot of those medium Murmillo left, which are the big damage dealers in this army. The term are falling, throwing down, or trying to throw down 2 more military buildings to get 4 military production out, throwing down some more term. Are not able to afford the Murmillo. It's probably times like this when you want to stop building villages from both of these town centers, because you're about to get gold starved. It's vitally important to hold on to this. And you can see Mariano with 800 wood in the bank and no food. He needs more villagers on farms, and the villagers will have to retreat away from this gold mine for the time being. We'll see where Mariano is going to try and run with those citizens, but he's got really nowhere to go at this point. And player is getting his second town center, has his second town center, eating the zebra in the middle of the map, grabbing gold from both corners of the map over here. So really hard to find those for any sort of counter raids or anything. The citizen attempting to sneak back around, coming back onto this gold mine. Very, very sneaky play from Mariano, and I don't think the player is going to be expecting this. He's checking this gold mine. He's checking this gold mine. The units coming back in over here, and Mariano going to be forcing these units away. I'm not sure they saw the gold mine in that situation. No, I don't think they did. So he sees the army over here, but nowhere else, and it's looking as if Mariano might be able to sneak out enough gold here to get out another army to defend. See him building more military buildings here as the army coming back in. Mariano with 6 Murmillo, 4 Terma against, look at that, 7 Hoplites, 3 Hippocon, the Ajax, the Chiron. Absolutely huge. Toxotes in the back do so much damage. There's the Chiron falling there. Might be worth it to start trying to get those Prometheans back in here, as we are seeing that happening. Nice snipe there from player to snipe one of those low HP citizens. Another shockwave hitting a lot of those Toxotes in the back, and the army of player just going to town on this Oranos army here. The Hoplites slaying everything, but Promethean coming in. Is that going to be enough? I don't think it is. 104 pop to 110 pop, but this all looks like it's in villages, and there's not much left of the army here from Mariano at all here. You see the 2 Terma sniping a Toxote, but there's so many Hoplites left. Mariano is still pumping units out as best as he can. It may be best to sort of just like not be popping them out one by one and just try and get a 2 cycles in on all these military buildings before dropping them out, if he could. And now Mariano getting pushed off the gold yet again. Those Hippocons going after them. Mariano has a lot of, actually has a lot of food in the bank now, so I would like to probably see some catapulties, to be honest, to go after those Hippocon. Another citizen is falling, but 25 citizens to 61 villages. Fairly equal there. Maybe slightly citizen favored in terms of economy. We do see he's coming back over onto this gold mine here and getting pushed off immediately. Nice play from player to be splitting up his army. 92 population to 116 population here. Now we're seeing those units getting garrisoned into the buildings yet again. But where can he go? Has he missed a gold mine? No, it's just not. There's nowhere he can go apart from this, maybe sneaking this gold mine over here. We'll see if that's what he's going to try and do. But at this point, player's got everything that he wants. Farms coming up. 2 town centers. The middle town center. 6 military buildings are out for player at this point as well. So his spam is absolutely huge. And he's coming back over onto this gold mine. And Mariano does decide to tap out in that moment. GG. Well played by player. But honestly, Mariano's mistake here is not appreciating this town center. It's not a given. If you're not putting pressure onto your opponents with your army, those couple of units coming over here, too much. He had to move his army that was here back and make sure this town center comes up. He was starting to build some more units, but I feel like had he just had that ball of units back, he could have got the town center up and then not even have to worry about anything here. But I would have also liked maybe seeing him go for this large gold mine, but he didn't attempt. It's sort of an unlucky and unfortunate gold mine because there's hyena here, so you have to sort of kill the hyena. But if you send like 6 villages around there, the hyena won't attack, so it'll seem like they're just mining away and the hyena is still alive. So it is what it is, but the player gets the first win. GG, well played. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.